Hello everybody and welcome back to Be Joy in the Kitchen. I'm Be Joy and this here is my kitchen. Well, I have got some fun stuff for us today. We're going to be making a savory granola. Who's ever had a savory granola out there? I can't say I had ever had one, but it's a great snack. And this one, I'm going to say in honor of my friend Deb, who can't eat nuts and how often, nuts end up in granola. This one is just seeds and oats. And then Arlene found this recipe for me in this past summer in Real Simple magazine. And I think the gal's name, I'm going to just show you a picture here. I don't make up all my own recipes, and I've never said that I do. And this one is one that I'm getting from Real Simple. And it's a savory seed granola by Nicole Hopper. Anyway, I'm making it so that my pal Deb can eat it. And there's a couple other things going on about this. One is that the first ingredient called for is an egg white. Now, we are plant-based here at Be Joy in the Kitchen. So you go, I can use flax, and then my friend Rachel says, you should do a whole Be Joy in the Kitchen about AQUAFABA. Anybody out there know AQUAFABA? I didn't until a few years ago. AQUAFABA, funny as it is the liquid at the bottom of a can of garbanzo beans. I mean, that's always something I've just dumped right out. I've never even tried to throw it in the garden or done anything else with it. And it turns out it's not something that was developed in a food lab by food scientists, but it was discovered inadvertently almost. I mean, this guy was seeking to find something for egg whites. Was discovered by a Frenchman, and he's a French musician, not a food scientist, named Joël Roussel. I hope I said that right, Joel. Hope I didn't offend you in mispronouncing your name. He's the guy, and he discovered it back in 2014. He was messing around in the kitchen trying to find something that might foam up, might be able to use in his macarons, and lo and behold, garbanzo bean leftovers. Amazing, right? So anyway, that's what we're going to use for our egg white today. And I will do some more segments using AQUAFABA where we can make mousse and meringues and use it as a, this today is going to be like using it for a binder. So anyways, I'm just going to dump it all in here. Save my garbanzo beans for, some kind of stew I'll make up later on, or maybe I'll do some hummus. I'm not sure yet. They may end up on the dinner table tonight. And for this, you use, for one egg white, which is what our recipe calls for. And again, if you're not totally plant-based and you want to use an egg white, perfect. You can do that. Anyway, I just need, for every one egg white, it's 2 tablespoons of AQUAFABA. So I'm going to pour my 2 tablespoons in here. Just like that. Whoop. There we go, perfect 2 tablespoons. I'm going to save this out because, I don't know, maybe I'll make some macarons myself today sometime. All right, so I'm going to put that in a large bowl. You're going to put your AQUAFABA in your bowl, and you want to use a pretty large bowl, okay? Alongside of that, you want to add 2 tablespoons of my favorite olive oil, Grazia, from Neighbor Market down in Phoenix. But, you can get it probably a whole lot of other places. I just like to support our small businesses here in Phoenix. About a quarter of a cup of tahini. But now I gotta figure out where my thing is. Oh, here it is, right there. Okay, quarter cup of tahini in your big bowl. That AQUAFABA thing, I gotta say, is super cool. And Rachel, thanks so much for suggesting I use it. Okay, here's my AQUAFABA tahini, olive oil, and then a teaspoon of salt, of kosher salt. And again, it's not salt that's been blessed by the rabbi. It's the coarse cut salt. That's what kosher salt is. I know I kind of tell you guys that all the time. Alrighty, so I got my whisk, and I'm just going to go ahead and whisk this around in the bowl. You guys, you're gonna have fun with this, I can tell. And you can feel free too to, this is the basis right here. is the aquafaba, the tahini, and the olive oil and salt. But then we're going to put some spices in, and that's where you can have some liberty to do what you want. But this is all well combined in here now, you can see. Alrighty. Throw that in there. To that, I'm going to add a cup of old-fashioned rolled oats. And these are the thick ones because those are what I like from Bob's Red Mill. Use any you like. But again, don't use quick oats because they'll become mush in there. You can definitely try some gluten-free. I haven't tried with the gluten-free yet, but have at it and let me know what's happened with that. Then we're going to go ahead and put in 1/3 of a cup of raw sesame seeds. And those are raw. Pepitas, which are the very dark green pumpkin seeds. And then I've got 1/3 of a cup of those were sunflower seeds. These are sesame seeds. I'm going to put the brown sesame seeds in there. And then when it comes to spices, we're using 1/4 of a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Then it calls for 1 tablespoon of crushed fennel seeds. And I had whole fennel seeds, and how I crush them is I put them here. I'm going to show you up close and personal. I put them in some wax paper, tie it, I fold it up, and then I just mash it with my mallet. Ooh, that's so fun. I love smashing stuff with my mallet. I learned that trick at a baking class that I took years ago at Paul's hardware store here in Scottsdale. They use things like mallets and blowtorches and all those things that you find at it was at the hardware store, and it was actually the pastry chef from the Phoenician Hotel. And so I learned fun tricks like that. And then we're going to, also calls for coriander. Again, it called for whole seeds. I didn't have any whole seeds. It called for crushing your own seeds of coriander. I have ground coriander at home, so use about, for every teaspoon, you use 3/4 of a teaspoon. So they wanted a tablespoon. So I just right under, shy of a tablespoon using the ground. And again, you can do whatever you want on this thing. You could you can go to town, but make it the recipe way to begin with, and then see what happens after that. And we're going to stir all of this together. Oh, by the way, while I was waiting for you, I put my oven on 350 and I lined a sheet pan with parchment paper. I always like to line my sheet pans with parchment paper. Some people just like to go straight ahead on there. Just what I do. So, I can't wait. Too bad it's going to take so long to cook. I think a half hour or something like that. All right, so you want to keep stirring it around until it becomes kind of clumpy. So we can see it's getting clumpy, and it gets clumpy from both the aquafaba and from the tahini. So you know how tahini, once you add some liquid to it, like the aquafaba, it starts to seize up a bit, and that's what you want here, okay? So I'm going to go ahead. Yeah, I think this is as clumpy as I'm going to get, and I'm going to just drop clumps down. And the best part is, because I have really clean hands, I promise y'all, I washed my hands right before I started this. I'm going to use my hands on some of this. All right, so these guys are all stirred up as much as they're going to get stirred up like that. This is looking fun. All righty, so I'm going to get my tray. You want to use a sheet pan with sides to it, just like this. I'm going to dump this on. And then spread it out once I get it all out of here. And when you guys try this, let me know what kinds of spices you did. You could kind of do this like more Mexican spices if you wanted to. I'm going to just spread this stuff out over here like this. There we go. Couldn't be simpler, huh? And then like you get a bonus with the aquafaba, because you not only get the aquafaba, but you get a can of chickpeas. So it might be nice to do a Middle Eastern thing, and you could make the Middle Eastern granola. You can use this as a topping for, I'm just thinking about this. I could be using this as on top of a soup, hearty soup for the winter. You guys, I'm so excited. In fact, We are under 100 degrees today in Phoenix. I am like, wow, everyone's out, walking around in down vests. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put this tray into my 350 degree oven, which has been warming, waiting for you. And we're going to bake that for 15 to 18. I'm going to do 15 to 18 minutes, so I'll be back at you in about 18 minutes. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it halfway. So after 9, that's half of 18, right? Yeah. Didn't forget my third grade math. Good thing. And so I will go ahead and meet back up here with you, which will seem like no time at all. But I'll be waiting for this for 18 minutes. See you soon. Hey there, told you I'd be back in 2 seconds, although this was 18 minutes. And here we go. Here's what it looks like. I'm not going to take a sample of it or touch it right now because it's still hot. So it really needs to stay out on the countertop for about 30 minutes till it's cool. And then either eat it all right now, but if you'd like to keep it, it'll keep about 2 weeks. I believe it says under refrigeration on my room temp. Store room temp for up to 2 weeks. I don't know. It never lasted long enough with that for me. But in any case, if that's what you'd like to do. So, thanks for joining me today, learning about AQUAFABA and the savory granola. I would love to hear if you guys are trying it, if you want to let me know what you did with it besides just snacking, if you used it for anything else. Anyway, that's what we got for today. So go out this weekend, be joy in your own kitchen, and don't forget to enjoy the yum. Until next time.